The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views or ideas of the staff or management of KWSH or the 110 Broadcast Group.
SJ, ciao, ho, Bo White Killer here, coming back from the dead. We're making it today being Tuesday, the 25th of August. Yep, August. I was going to say September, getting ahead of myself, but we're looking to get past all this pandemic and move on to what the Lord has for us in store. I just want to thank you all for the information flow that's been coming, trying to keep the Seminole Nation communications lines open. We have been off for a little bit, but as we reconfigure, everything's going back to the way, a slight semblance of the way it's supposed to be. A little bit more information that we can get out to you today, we'll share. And also, too, information regarding some of the activities and some of the programs that's going on. Primarily our emergency assistance program and our new technology assistance program. We've had a lot of comments and a lot of questions regarding both of those, and we'll be talking with those specifically here shortly. But I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody's been doing fine. One of the things that came to mind today was coming back in here. I was really looking for my mask, and my wife was in the car, and she had bought, I think, about 5 or 6 masks, put them in a plastic bag for extras and some of our kids. We have 5 foster kids that we take care of, along with our 2 organic. And so ranging from the ages of 3 to 18. So you can imagine keeping those masks, trying to keep them on those kids is quite a chore. But she put them in a plastic bag for them so that whenever they walk out, they could have the mask ready and have them in hand. So as soon as I get to the station, I'm really looking for my mask, and I thought I had it, but it was a handkerchief. And so I really get Chabot because my mask wasn't there, but it's probably in that plastic bag at the house. I guess you can count me as a little kid too. So we're having to make change. Everybody makes changes. Everybody's making adjustments on this, and we also know that the sickness still continues to run rampant throughout our Indian communities. I did see a statistic from Johns Hopkins Hospital where it says 1 in 4 Native Americans are afflicted with the COVID virus, and it's if you look at it in the big scheme of things, it's a hard predicament and a hard truth of how things have been within our country. One thing that is shown improvement is the Navajo Nation. We know that they've been afflicted in a big way, and with stringent precautions and stringent programs, they've been able to come out of that tunnel a little bit and see some of the light. So as we continue to march forward as in the Seminole Nation, just continue to pray, continue to lift each other up, and stay positive, because the thing about it is the attitudes that we have actually play into some of our health related issues. I believe that's just my opinion. But the attitudes of staying positive, of looking for solutions rather than some of the being the critical parts of our work in our lives. Just stay positive. Look for the outcome that's going to be a good outcome for everyone, not just yourself. One of the things that also too we've seen coming back is the school systems and how they're operating, and that now some of them are slowly getting back. Some of them have also been afflicted with the coronavirus, and everybody's just kind of being very cautious on how they approach the attendance of the school children. I know for a fact, talking with many of the administrators within our county, that a lot of these kids have been pretty good about washing their hands and getting their tables clean and how they interact. They're very aware of what's going on. So, everybody's helping in, chipping in to work on getting through this. And of course, we like seeing our schools open. So just be patient. We'll be fine, and everybody will get through this. Let me get with some of the information flow while we can, and a big shout out to those that reacted really fast. A call came to my attention yesterday that the tribal complex was closed, and yes, it was closed due to a precautionary cleaning, and that it was something that we're going to continue to, I'm sure, provide the service for should a person come in contact with or have been around a COVID affected person. So these are some of the precautions that as we go forward in any department or program we've had to put forth to give a kind of a roadmap on how we're going to approach these things. So it went into effect yesterday. The complex was closed. One of the areas that we are needing to improve, I should say, is the notification. I didn't get the notification till late, so if you did go up to the complex yesterday morning and required any interaction with personnel that usually work there as essential and didn't get any, that's probably the reason why. So we do apologize for the inconvenience. Back open today, working, and anything like that, the notifications will continue to improve on, because we can only improve on things if we're not notified of it. So that being the case, going forward, some of the announcements and deadlines that we do have. August 31st is the deadline. August 31st. There was no time table other than close the business August 31st. They must be postmarked. Please, any elder that you know, Seminole tribal member, notify them, check on them, make sure that they have opportunity and are aware of the $500 emergency assistance, because August 31st is the deadline for this program, and they need to be postmarked in. So if you know of any elder that has not received an application, please, by all means, notify them, check on them. If it's grandma, grandpa, aunt, and uncle. We have a young man, I call him a young man, he's in his late 80s, that lives over by where I work in Seminole. And I seen him walking out on the street in front of my office there on Evans Avenue, just right across from the water department there in Seminole. And I would see him sometimes raining, sometimes it would be foggy, but he would shuffle along, and I'd always go out and ask if he needed assistance or needed help on some things, and he would always want a Coke, or he was going to the store, and so we'd give him assistance to help him get there. And got to know this man, and come to find out that he doesn't have any kinfolk in the area that are living. One of his landlords kind of checks on him and makes sure that he's okay, but he is assisted by our CHR program, and they've been doing a good job checking up on him. But these are the kind of folks that we interact with on a daily basis, and I know some of you may know somebody at heart that may not have this interaction. So with this assistance program, there is availability to help them out in this last week. So kind of focus in. I would challenge a lot of you young folks out there that know somebody that's an elder to assist them, and maybe even help them fill it out if you can, because that's what it's there for, to assist and help. And please, we understand also that the processing may not go as fast as you would like it, but it is a thorough process. It is a process that has in the long run protected the Seminole Nation from any financial difficulties should an audit arise. So again, there's no conspiracy on the fact that it hasn't, maybe you haven't received your check or anything like that. The processing is estimated to be anywhere from 8 to 9,000 pieces of mail received, and maybe half of them have been processed already, is what the approximation is on that. So just continue to be patient. If you mailed it in June, it will come out. If you did not get an email response of unavailable, the email was received. So it's just I know it's hard. I understand it's been a waiting game for us. This is the first time that the nation's ever done anything like this. To compare this to the previous monies that were given out during another administration's era, it's not really fair to say that it's, why can't we do it as fast as that? Because it's totally different. There are totally different guidelines. Again, these are no excuses on how the process went. It's never been done before. We anticipate that the processing of the technology funds will go a little bit quicker, because now we have the example of how to process large amounts of applications that's received. So again, the COVID assistance, emergency assistance fund deadline is August 31st. Please notify your elders. Please notify someone who's not aware of it. And again, for any questions you may have, go to the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma website, sno-nsn.gov, and click on the tabs COVID-19 Emergency Assistance, Guidelines, and Application. There's two pull-down menus on that. With the COVID Assistance Technology Program, COVID Assistance Technology will be giving students from the age of 4 to 17 the opportunity to have funding for laptops, computer software, any peripherals that go with these computers. You may already have a computer, you need something else, a printer ink, any of the technology that's used to assist during distance learning. This distance learning program is being enacted in all of our schools, and being a rural area, hotspots, Wi-Fi access, and things of that nature have been an effort that's kind of slowed some of our people down. So schools are trying. Some schools are actually putting out, I believe Woka is one that has enacted a Wi-Fi hotspot. You can just drive up in there, student access, and get on and do some of your work. Keep in mind that we are also looking at the availability of future tower construction. When I say we, so these are some of the programs such as the HASNOC, Housing Authority of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, are looking to put through a separate funding towers to assist their housing units at Rolling Meadows, and I believe in Inotuchka that has it already. So those things like that are in order. Again, one of the things that the COVID-19 pandemic has revealed, some of the areas that we can shore up, and these are two areas that we will definitely look to improve upon. Maybe at some point improve some access to our 3 community buildings at Strother Little area, the Sasakwa Community Building, and the North Community Building, is being able to have some type of access in the future. So again, these are some wish list items, and we do have the opportunity to do it. So continue to support and talk to your council reps for this information, and maybe we can get it a little bit faster. As we talk about all these things and the things that's going on through the funding and through the CARES Act and how the programs are working, I can diligently say that the folks that are on these, I see, I see it on the, I have, as communications director, I have to look at the Facebook and read all the comments, or I let the, just kind of give you a little insight. I've got my assistant, Angela, who's usually, she started out here. She was probably the face of Seminole communications there for a while when it came on, and then we got Mark. But I've been kind of asking them to help me look through some of the messages, because all your messages that you send to us through social media, we definitely try to look at those things and answer back as many as we can. And we understand your frustrations on a lot of it, but anything that's put out there in a negative comment, we'll take it. I mean, we do. We have to look at it with social media. We look at it. But one of the things that kind of jogged my memory, thinking about it, was a comment made about the brain trust of the CARES team. The Brainiacs, and I will say this is that the team that's on there now continue to look and be very deliberate on the actions, be very forthcoming on anything that's asked of them. But they have families. They have families. They actually work outside of the time that's given to assist and to do things within the nation to make improvements, to make it for the betterment of the nation. So, I get very protective of them because they are actually doing a great work for the nation. They don't have to, but they do it. And so that's just my 2 cents on that, because everybody they have families, and their families contact and read some of these things, and it's very detrimental to any growth, but it also reveals a lot of character too as well. So we lift each other up. Anybody going to OU's game? Dennis, you going to OU's game? Social distancing. That's another thing we was talking about too, is how do we get more sports related programming in, because we do have a lot of sports that are going on, and it's actually kind of taken it's kind of taken our mind out and focus off the pandemic a little bit, and it's going to be kind of refreshing, to see these things happening. I've been looking at some of the posts of Seminole. I'll just kind of use Seminole High School softball, girls softball. They're doing a pretty good job out there, and our intern Sienna Deathridge and some of our folks that we know are doing a good job. So I'm gonna start tasking Mark, I think, and I got me on record here to assist with some of our sports related programming and get that out there and get a little bit more coverage on it. So just bear with us on that. But we got a lot of things going on. As a matter of fact, I drove in from Tallahena last night. I drove to Tallahena and watched 2 games, and the drive back was I think I'm here right now. So, but that's softball. That's what we do. That's what we love. Academic wise, we got a lot of tribal students that are doing great things academically too as well. That was one of the areas that we'd like to also bring about a little bit more on what's going on. And so if you have any academic standing, any academic shout outs that you'd like to push to us, please send it to us at Seminole Nation or Seminole Media at gmail.com, seminolemedia@gmail.com, or you can contact our office at 382, I always forget the area code, 405-382-1010. That's 405-382-1010, and we'll be sure to get that any academic outstanding achievements that you may have at your child or somebody, even if you're college, we'll get those things posted up as well. So we look forward to some of the fall season. It's finally here, so we do look forward to it. I do want to put out some information that Tanya Factor from Vamoose had sent me earlier, and these are some of the things that we get periodically too. A lot of poems, a lot of notes, a lot of artwork that tribal members send us, and so we want to definitely produce those and put those out there. The tarot website, while I'm thinking about it, tarot application is up on the tribal website. So Vashonda Carter out there is doing a fantastic job of being a little bit proactive on her department. The tarot application is currently up on the tribal services tarot pull down menu. So any information that you need from her program, please go to the website and look for it there, and she has a contact number as well. But tarot is up and running with the application and the website. as well as the Seminole Nation Higher Education BIA Scholarship is now back online. I was informed this morning or yesterday that it was off. Trying to figure that one out. It'd been off for a couple of days, but it is back up now. So any person, we have a deadline coming up on that. Any person is requiring or assistance from the Tribe BIA Education Program, the application is up on the Tribal Services BIA Higher Education Adult Education drop-down menu and tab. So it's all there. If you're trying to go to school, your information that you need is right there. Little dead air here. Just hang on. The day of prayer. Chickasaw Nation of Oklahoma had a day of prayer yesterday. I got to view it. I will load it up on our Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. I'll put it up on our YouTube site. That's was an involvement of some tribal chiefs, Governor Tubby, and Randy Wade. I just got to meet this gentleman, Randy Wade. He's the chaplain at Chickasaw Nation facility, and it was quite an honor. They asked Chief Chilcote to be a part of it, and he actually recorded a video piece. So the whole program is sponsored by Chickasaw Nation, but it includes our chief. So I will definitely put that up on our social media and YouTube site as soon as we get it. If you haven't heard already, Seminole Nation Days has been canceled. Seminole Nation Days has been canceled. We look to do a virtual information about maybe. I know our tribal princesses will be deciding their next year and how they're going to do it. And to my understanding right now, we'll probably just continue on with the current princesses in order to facilitate the next year's representation. More information will be followed by that, but we'll definitely put some of this out virtually. Chief is looking to maybe doing a State of the Nation address, and so as more information comes, we'll let you know. But it did affect a lot of folks. A lot of people were looking forward to it, but we've got to do that social distancing. We've got to be safe. We've got to take care of our folks. So it is officially canceled. If you hear me crunching something, I'm sure it's that old man coffee toffee. I always used to make fun of my grandpa for doing it. Now I'm doing it. More information will continue to be put out. We're looking to do a news program. I was wanting to throw this out there, a little news program, kind of offsets as well as the information that's put out here through KWSH, but a video news program. Mark's been pretty busy doing a lot of filming, a lot of videography, and Jeremy doing his audio, Delaney doing his thing, and so we look to get the group back together and come up with some projects. And as far as the timeline on the tribal complex opening, we still haven't nailed down or hasn't been heard a release of an official return to the complex and full staffing. One of the areas that will be done prior to that will be a notification of leadership through the directors that a training and emphasis on safety and guidelines and how we move forward will be put out there for the leaders and directors to start with and initiate their move in back to their places. But again, it's all COVID directed. We see how flexible and how fluid it is, so we remain flexible and fluid as well. Be like water, Bruce Lee said. Be like water. And then Rodney Factor says, drink that water. Drink that water. All right. Well, I think we're going to continue to get back in the groove. We're going to start assembling some more of the information we have. A little bit more rundown here in the next couple of days. We thank you for being patient with us. Again, be patient on the COVID checks. They're coming. They're cranking out as fast as we can. It's a small unit that's working on it. They're working on it really hard. So, I just lift them up. All my program directors out there, all my workers out there, we just lift you up. Stay vigilant. You're doing a good job. All my tribal members, just be patient, one day at a time. And we lift up those that have continued to fight this disease and those that are in need of that hug, because that's the only way we'll get through it. We'll get through it, but we got to help each other out. So just be patient, lift each other up, don't tear each other down. Continue to remain focused, and the information that we come out will be as transparent, because that's what you voted it's all in for. So we'll do that. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please contact Seminole Nation of Oklahoma Communications Department. We're located, I would say come down, but we're going to change it up a little bit too. You can send any information to 215 East Evans there in Seminole, 74868. And again, our phone number is 405-382-1010. Encourage anything. We listen, we look, and we learn. Encourage you to do the same thing. So other than that, we'll move on out. Hadam Chahia Charles. This is Bo White Killer with Seminole Nation Radio Program. Thanking Dennis, KWSH Studios. Mado.